Hi there, loves. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back with a moment for chronic wellness. Thank you for being here. I want to follow up on one more thing about my surgery. Just recently had a power port placed. It is my second time having one. And as some of you who follow this channel know, my wife and I are doing work on our marriage in couples counseling. And I think that because of that, I am having more difficulty asking for what I need. And it's not because that's what we've talked about I should do in counseling. It's not because my wife has said you have too many needs. It is really a self-imposed thing. And I realized this the day after surgery. So this surgery involves the jugular, and I think therefore during surgery there was a lot of major manipulation of my head and neck. And so the day after surgery, I'd gone several hours without waking up and taking pain medication. So I woke up the next morning unable to lift my head off the pillow and just in extraordinary pain, just my neck and that jugular just throbbing. And I knew that I needed pain pills and I needed my ice changed. And my wife was asleep on the pillow next to me, and instead of waking her up, I just laid there and cried. And it felt so shitty. And sometime later, 45 minutes to an hour, I had the courage to push through that and wake her up and have her get me the things that I needed. And later that day, and then later that week in couples counseling, I talked about what had happened for me and how this is a resurgence of old patterns, of old fears, of old inaction. Just my inability to push over the hump of asking for what I need, for fear that it either won't happen, it'll be denied, it'll feel like too much. I wonder how many of you can relate to what I'm saying. And then just making myself, or trying to make myself, littler because of that. And I caught it quickly because it was such an urgent situation, and realized what I was doing. And now I kind of see it with my eyes open, like, hey there, I see you, I know you, you're very familiar. You really don't work for me. And it's still an active thing to have to acknowledge that that is my first instinct, or that is my obvious choice, and to push that aside, to push through and go to what I know actually serves me, and what my wife would have me do, and what must happen, get the pain meds, get the ice. But it's not simple, this asking for our needs to be met thing. So how about you? How are you paying attention to getting your needs met? How is it for you to ask for what you most need? Are you even in touch with what you need? I mean, that one was a very obvious one, but not all of them are. Sometimes it's really subtle. And if we're not doing body scans, if we're not checking in with our emotional state, it's really easy to not notice, to override, to attend to other people rather than ourselves. So a good opportunity to once again check in about, how am I standing up for my needs and getting them met either by myself or others. I invite you to share with me as you look at those habits and your patterns of action. And as ever, I'm so grateful and honored by this time that we share together. I love you and I appreciate you. And until we're together again, I really hope that you are finding ways to meet your needs and get your needs met. Be well.